Numbers flash like a fever dream. Charts align like scars in space. Fingers twitch, it's a digital race. Trade the dots, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, shopping clean, living life on this money machine. Scalping seconds, slicing fast. Ride the wave, don't let it pass. Green and red, they set the tone. Win or lose, I'm in the zone. Trade the dark, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, shopping clean, living life on this money machine. I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Pivots turn, I'm locked and sure. Cut the losses, keep it pure. Every trend I see the clues. I'll ride the highs and dodge the blues. play. I'm feeling proud. Hey, I'm feeling proud. Money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play. I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Perfect.
Bet it all, baby.
I learned the hard way what hunger can do. It puts on a diamond face, then it runs right through you. One step back, one breath in, a little less thunder, a little more skin. No more craving, no more show. I want my feet on the ground, where the real ones grow. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast, cash in my pockets, going in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I burned my lesson, now I know. Bet it all, and watch it go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sound check, vibe check, mic check. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Give me a sound check, please. Everything looks good. Everybody seeing the show well? Let me know, please. Yes, yes, yes. All good. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Ben. Everybody. Hi, 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 hi. Man, the morning is really trying me up and down. Good morning, good morning, good morning. No Kathy today. She's in London. So we're going to do just sort of a brief analysis of the week ahead. It's pretty straightforward, actually. We basically have 4-day week. The non-farms are going to come out on Thursday, not Friday, as the big event. Overnight, the main thing that happened, as you can see from the live market intel, is sort of a cessation of hostilities. They stopped bombing each other in the Strait of Hormuz. That created a relatively calm undertone in the market, and so we've had a general 1% move in the Nasdaq to the upside. It's really just been chips on, chips off type of story. Here's the key headline: U.S. and Iran agree to stand down after the weekend of exchange. Peace talks to resume in Doha this week. Also, Samsung and Hynix are doing a major investment. And I think Hynix is, I think I saw Hynix file for an IPO, and also obviously Anthropic confidentially filed for IPO for like almost $1 trillion valuation at 65 billion last round. So bottom line is, yeah, here it is, formally to announce a $2 trillion domestic semiconductor investment Monday, and it's targeting a $30 billion Nasdaq ADR. So overall, Kospi says, Sanders says Kospi closed negative. Yes, but in the general scheme of things, it's basically a bounce back in chips, and that's why we have a positive move. Remember that Friday we had a pretty negative move in NAS. So that's the general tone. The market for this week, by the way. So let me show you something very cool. Part of the market intel that is coming, by the way, we're going to be releasing it this week, so you guys will all get a chance to subscribe if you want to, or not to subscribe, but to actually get a lifetime membership to it. But I wanted to show you that one of the cool things about Market Brief that I enacted is it comes out with like a week ahead type of a synopsis on Sunday night. So it just sort of shows you everything there is to know. I wonder if I could do, hang on, could I do this PDF? I wonder if download PDF. Let me show this to you. I wonder if you guys can see it. So this comes out, this is sort of the email format of the whole PDF. The big events for the week ahead. Really, I mean, look how nice this is in terms of making you see everything. ECB forum. Then tomorrow we have consumer confidence. We also have Nike earnings on the close tomorrow. Wednesday we have ISM manufacturing and ADP private payrolls, which is going to be a preview. Then we also have minutes on Wednesday. After the close, we got nothing really interesting on the earnings side. And then Thursday, we obviously have the June non-farm payrolls. Consensus is 172,000 jobs added, which is interesting. Initial jobless claims also going to be out. And then Friday, markets are closed. I think futures are going to trade till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But of course, that's going to be a really dead day. Definitely not worth trading. So the action is probably going to be front of the week until Thursday as far as numbers go. Markets are generally looking for a relatively buoyant employment numbers. And I think a lot of them are being boosted by the renaissance of manufacturing in the U.S. Just reading I forgot who it was. One of the bank analysts was saying something very interesting. He was saying basically that although everybody thinks that the inflation and economy is kind of, really dragging down the lower and the middle classes, their very latest data is actually showing a very positive delta in spend, that after, the very massive inflation shock, people are starting to rebuild their balance sheets. And also, I don't know if you saw me, I'm in Jersey. So for me, I'm the most sensitive to prices, but I saw prices below 4 all across Jersey over the last couple of days because I was out there this weekend. And that's obviously going to have, that's the most price sensitive commodity to the American consumer. Anytime they see it below 4, definitely creates a better consumer sentiment structure. So if you assume that manufacturing renaissance, primarily because of AI and everything else, and reshoring of a lot of U.S. capacity, combined with lower oil prices, should be relatively bullish for the market. Anthropic makes Claude. That's correct. How do you access that page? That's going to be we're going to make an offer to everybody on how to get this for a lifetime. So that's coming. That's coming very, very soon. It's good. We put together an unbelievably cool offer for everybody, and I'll be talking about it as soon as Kathy releases me from the NDA. But it's coming very, very soon. All the pieces are in place, working like a charm. It's really, really. I'm going to make your life super cool in the next couple of days. I'm going to talk about it much more. But in the meantime, here's what I want to talk about right now. What is it for? You talking about California? Well, Ben, California. That's what happens when you live in a communist country. Okay. The rest of the world enjoys much better class of living. So what do I want to say to you? Let me see what other comments are going over here. Oh, so somebody's trying to pass the prop challenge. This actually reminds me. Let me do this because I want to. First of all, today, don't let me forget. We are. Let me log in here. I'm logging into Wealth Charts, into our friends at Apex. Don't let me forget that our friends at Apex are still $85 for 5. I think that goes away in a couple of days. Do not miss this deal. I'm actually going to get another 5s. But what we're going to do is, I have such a cool way for us to consider one and done. We're going to try and do it every single day this week. The other thing I was going to tell you is this whole week, we're changing the whole schedule of trading. I'm calling it the Scalpathon week. We're going to trade 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Obviously not Friday, but I'm basically London and New York for the summertime are going to merge into one massive Scalpathon. So we're going to trade for lots of our various partners. In fact, many of our partners are coming on to Wealth Charts. So I'm very, very excited to be able to trade one single trade through multiple props using their omni-prop approach, which we're going to start doing this week with Halcyon and Tradify and very, very soon Ola. So it's really going to be great. It's going to be one trade across four prop accounts on the Wealth Charts. Very, looking forward to that. But anyways, go out there. Get the 5-pack bundle because I think it's going to disappear very, very soon. And today I'm going to give away not 1, not 2, not 3, but actually 4 Apex accounts. And if you want to sign up for the free Apex accounts up to 100,000 size, here's the URL. It's Duck Race. BK Traders Duck Race. Go sign up for the Duck Race. Everybody who's listening to me, we're going to give that away later in the show. So absolutely go out there and go crazy. Okay, any other questions that I need to address? Apex does not work in Uganda. Yes. That's why we have other partners that we trade for, but today we're trading for Apex. We have lots of partners that will take business from emerging markets. Can I talk about the updates? That's my next order of business, Bernabe. I'm going to show you some of the updates on the indicator. So first order of business, for those of you guys who have the indicator on TradingView, there is a small, but I think a significant update, and it's called bkdots.f, and it really is the final update because we're actually going to seal all of our indicators as part of the thing that I'm going to talk to you about tomorrow once we start doing our big offer. And the one minor, but I think kind of a very useful update is for every Z candle over here, I'm actually painting up to 5 candles forward the box. This just sort of makes it much easier for me to trade within the box once we trade the Z trade, right? It's just an visual anchoring thing. You can take it off. You don't have to trade. You don't have to trade within the box. You can extend the box to more than 5 candles. 5 candles is the default. It's everything configurable. But it kind of just makes it easy for you to sort of see, like for example, here's a buy box. You're coming in, buy down, resolve up, right? So a couple of things that I want to talk about today, because some really, really interesting scalp techniques that we can improve with, or we can add to our arsenal here. I'm actually going to make this a lot wider and bigger so you guys can really, really see candle by candle, minute by minute structures. So the first order of business, as I said, and by the way, you saw me, I got stuffed on this one. I had to kind of work my way back out and recover my P&L. Just it's been one step backwards, 2 steps forwards kind of a thing. It's half the night. But despite that, this is my 3rd account that I'm running. Like in other words, I run every account plus 100, move on to the next one. This is the 3rd one I'm going to run. So I'm absolutely making total progress as long as I stay controlled and on focus. But sometimes you can just get frustrated because you're like building to your target, and then boom, the trade goes against you. Like this was me pushing the trade. Frankly, I shouldn't have been in this trade. Rule number 1 with trading the Z scalps is you only want to trade the first in the cycle. This is the second in the cycle, right? This was you see this first Z scalp really drops like a stone. Of course, what happens here? I missed the trade, so I get pissed, and I'm like late to the trade. So I'm like, I'm going to wait for the next one, which is the stupidest thing in the world to think about because the next one is already too late. The whole essence of the trade is you hit it and you get out. Once you start chasing the one lower, you're basically going to be selling into the bottom or buying into the top. So what I should have done is just fucking let myself go. Waited for the switch, waited for the trend switch, and either traded this down or just giving myself a little bit more. Just waited for like 45 minutes instead of trying to jump into every trade that I could. The rule of thumb is if you missed your scalp, you wait for the next setup. If you don't, you're inevitably going to lose. It's like this is my weakest aspect of FOMO. And the irony of the whole thing is that, do you have just the patience to wait for half an hour? The worst you have to wait for is half an hour for the switch of trend, and then you're going to be able to be totally, totally fine in scalping the move. So it's just, personal idiocy that's 90% of your losses. But, despite that, I'm still up. But anyways, what I was going to say is there is, you see, I brought the triangles back into play. Because when I was rewriting the BK Dots document, which by the way is fully rewritten, if you guys want the BK Dots document and just kind of those are new and want to just understand what the hell is it that we're doing here. So this is the full document is online and it describes pretty much every single thing within the BK Dots universe of indicator. feel free to download it. Feel free to bookmark it, whatever. It's there as an explanatory page for everybody. But as I was, looking back at the triangles, I realized, it's a completely underutilized asset. And then I started understanding the relationship between the triangle and the Z shape, and it's really, really, really interesting. So let me give you the idea of how I think what is the most productive way to trade this. And again, it's not like it always works, but it really does work like 8, 9 out of 10 times. So I'm going to show you the classic way of doing this. So first, you have the Z shape, right? You have volatility, ATR. Candle really breaks the ATR value, so you have a strong sell signal. You sell here, and in this case, it just simply resolves, right? It just simply resolves, right? That's fine. But then you have a follow-on trade, and the follow-on trade is, what is the direction of the Z? It's to the downside. And if you get the opposite side triangle, in other words, if you get a triangle to the upside, that is not a buy. That is actually one of the greatest sells there is. You basically use this, use the direction of the Z to set the opposite direction of the triangle. So the triangle gives you a retrace entry into a downtrend impulse move, right? Basically, every single triangle is governed by the preceding Z before it. Now, this is governed by nothing because you already had a triangle here, right? It's not like, this triangle is governed by nothing because you don't have any Z here. This is governed by nothing. You don't have anything, here. But in this case, by the way, this gives you a false signal. This is where I aided. Here's a downward Z. A triangle is a green triangle. You sell it, and the stop is literally the high of the Z, right? The high of the Z. So let me find you here. Where can I find you here? Sorry, I want to find a good example here. Here's an upward Z, right? The triangle is the next triangle is over here, the green triangle, right? It's an upward impulse. So the triangle is governed by an upside trade. You're actually going up, not down. So the direction of the triangle is not the direction of the triangle itself, but the direction of the Z prior. If it matches, you match a triangle. If it goes the opposite, you go the opposite. The idea is that you either pivot as a retrace trade or as a continuation trade off of the Z move. Here's an example of what I mean the opposite way. Z goes to the upside, triangle is red. You're not selling this, you're buying it because the dominant trade is to the upside. You're getting cheap value. You buy this with a stop underneath here, boom, boom, you win. Now Z goes to the upside, triangle actually confirms it over here. The next triangle confirms it. So you long here with a stop over here, boom, goes straight up, and you resolve it to the upside. Use the Z, the ATR breakout, as your dominant directional clue. And then use the triangle as either a fade or a trade, depending on what it's doing relative to the Z thing. And that gives you a very, very simple, really, really clean, and super structured setup because you know exactly what your stops are. And obviously you can then construct, your targets off of your stops because the risk is super cleanly defined by the highs and the lows of the Z, right, relative to triangle. So I don't know if I explained it well. It's much more intuitive than kind of verbal to try to explain it, but it makes enormous amount of sense. If you follow that structure, you literally are 8 of 10, 9 of 10 every single day that you're doing it because you are trading naturally in the direction of the dominant breakout. Either you're buying a very, very good retrace value, or you are buying momentum continuation, or selling the other way around, right? That's how I structure it. Now, here in this case, the other thing is it's a matter of context. Z is over here. This is like 10 or 15 candles away. Is this a signal? it's a minor signal. It does make you, if you traded for 5 points, I think you probably would have made it 702 to maybe. But you have to use a sense of judgment as to the triangle has to be close to the to the Z value in order for it to have any kind of meaning as far as structure goes. The farther, when it goes like 10, 15 candles away, it obviously loses its signal. Symbols are very small. You mean the Z is very small? I have it very small because I like it small. I can easily make it bigger for you. So if you want me to make it bigger for you guys, I'll make it bigger so that you guys can see it much more on the, hang on, let me just make it bigger for you guys. See, I have it tiny. If I made it small, you probably will see it better on the screen. Is that better for you guys? Do you see the Z symbols better? The triangles, I think, are all visible. Yes, the reversal signal is a really, really good one, but I've taken it off for this particular, everything can be put on and moved off. I've removed the R signal, not because it's not good, but because I want to scalp today, as I said, and I want to scalp the Z's and triangles, and I don't want to have any distractions, So that makes me sure. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't really, I like the aesthetics of tiny little Z's, but I guess you guys can't see it. So now you see it much better on the screen. So that's fine. That's the beauty of the indicator is it's fully customizable in size, shape, and form. So you guys can do whatever you want with it. Anyways, that's kind of like the basic setup structure, and we're going to try and push this through the next couple of hours to see how it goes. Can I make the triangle smaller? No, Ben, no. Because everybody's bitching that it's too small. So this is the size of everything. Do you mean like in as a user can a user make a triangle smaller? I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there is a setting on the triangle. You can turn it on, turn it off. No, I didn't do it. And I honestly, it's a nice to have, but the code is already sealed, so I'm not going to rewrite the code just for that. So anyways, hope you guys appreciate it. This is a very, very clean, very, very simple, very structured way for us to, to trade well. A lot of times, for the most part, the triangle, I would say 75% of the time, the triangle is a great fade trade. Fade trade means you do the exact opposite of what the signal is showing you. So in this case, we're positive slope. You're buying this. This is like dirt cheap buying. The only problem with just buying it without any context, without having the Z context, is you don't really have a natural stop here, right? And that's you kind of left unmoored and unanchored. Whereas if you were trading off the, over here, obviously trading off the Z to, first of all, sorry, it's a really, really good point. So one of the reasons why this is not a trade to the downside is because for a Z triangle shape to work, you need it to be below the dominant signal, not above. Otherwise, you don't have a reasonable stop. I'm just trying to find a good example of where I have a all right. Yeah, here's a halfway decent example of what I mean. This is the downward Z right over here, right? You can see it. You can totally see the move. The downward Z, right? Signal. Actually, I mean, yeah, I can't. It's not even like it's not like even I can do this properly because I have a green fade over here. I would be selling this. This kind of moves up and then comes back down with a stop all the way above here. This would be your stop. Then you just you could, in this particular case, I would definitely sell one, sell second tranche, come back and get it all back because this is a pretty big wide move. But assume there was no green triangle, right? The red triangle over here would be a sell triangle to the downside with a stop over here above this this move. But if the red triangle was way up here, then you don't have a natural stop. The stop is already above the Z rectangle. It's above the highs here, so it's not a sell in any way. It violates the whole sell condition. Similarly, what's much easier to understand and much more intuitive is here's a classic buy. You have a big Z breakout. Triangle is over here. You're a buyer here with a stop over here. It's minimal risk, maximal return. That's the setup you really, really want, right? That's the setup you really want. And ideally, this is a very cool thing. If you could get the triangle within the full 5-bar rectangle move of the thing, then you have a really good possible structure for it. Even over here, if you bought this over here with the kind of a natural stop, you still had a bounce right away. You had a bounce up that would have been good for the 5-point scalp because these are all small moves. Yeah, it's super clear. Good. I'm glad, Saber, you get the idea. But yeah, and then the other thing that's definitely interesting about the triangles is a higher high red triangle is also a great fade. In other words, if you're a lower low green, like this little green versus this little green, right? This is a pretty good fade. Now, in this particular case, it really, really tests you because the idea, the way you would fade it is you would fade it against the most recent high here, and this would have been what I call a heartbreak trade. You would have been absolutely correct in selling this, but it just with a stop over here, it just nips your stop and then drops like a stone, right? But I'm trying to find. Okay, here's a green triangle that's below this one. This is the natural high. You could sell this against this natural high. It's actually the same trade as against the Z trade, and it comes back down cleanly. My whole point is that 95% of your triangle trades should be in the opposite direction of where the triangle is, and you're going to be super successful if you do that. The key question is just simply waiting for the combination, so you're not just blindly selling. That's why it's 95%, not 100%. You need to make sure that the conditions line up. But it's a really, really clean setup with very, very little heat, very, very little retrace against you. Buying the higher reds, this red considerably higher, buying it here, super easy, right? Super, super easy. Just that you don't have a natural swing low here. It would have been a big stop. Here, it's an easier buy because you can buy here, and this is your natural swing low over here. So you can buy this, and it pops up. All what this does is it absolutely opens up literally 2 to 3 times more trades for you during the same time frame, because when you don't have lots of volatility breakouts, you may have some interesting retrace possibilities with the triangles, right? I'm getting all confused in all my geometry here. What time is it now? It is 9:19. 10 minutes to the open. We have a sell condition here, which I'm going to sell. 10 minutes to the open. Ah, fuck, I'm late, motherfucker. Come on. Do it. Let's go. All right, good. I got lucky. So this is a classic. Hey, sell Z condition should have been in here. I was yapping, so I was literally, the only serious drawback, but it's also a drawback and an advantage. The drawback is you snooze, you lose. If you're not in the zone, if you're not 10 seconds to count down fucking watching the entry, you will sometimes really miss it by 5 points, which could be like half of your profit. The flip side of that is there's always another trade. So don't get upset if you miss the trade. It's better to miss the trade and wait for the next one than it is to chase the trade, which is what I do all the time. So, don't be me. But in this case, because this was the first sell-off in a long time, and I only took a pittance of the possibility here, we got lucky and made the trade. I wouldn't worry about NVIDIA, my friend. I wouldn't worry about the chips I know it's very much in vogue to think that the market is completely overbought and that this is a bubble in chips and so on and so forth. I think that's the conclusion drawn by people who don't understand the depth of this technology, who don't understand that literally the world as you know it will not exist in 5 years. And, that's just a function of most people not being technical enough to understand how powerful this technology is. So I'm not a bear at all right now. It may come soon, but there's a reason why it's turned from zero to $1 trillion business overnight. The difference between human beings that have AI and the rest of the world that doesn't have it is like a difference between a human being and an orangutan. That's how different, that's how distinct it's going to be. So you need to appreciate that fact as we go forward. Buy sell blocks. Hang on a second, guys. I'm kind of watching this. I want to watch this trade here. So this is we're going to try. Fuck. I hate this. I'm not going to do it. It's 7 minutes to the open. But was this a great sell? This was a great sell. I should have, sorry, I should have sold this, but I'm really trying to trade in front of the move. But this was the classic Z sell, green triangle, fade the fuck out of this green, straight down, boom. This would have been easy 20 points in less than 10 seconds of trading because it was a perfect scalp. This was the fake buy that created a perfect sell, right? So with this, we're going to do like 1,000 of these over the next 10 days in scalpathons. But I just wanted to show you, this was the perfect setup. Z, green, sell the fuck out of it. You just, you have, absolutely no qualms to do this. And your stop would be like the high over here, the high of the rectangle over here. So, you have a completely objective, natural stop against this move. But anyways, that was a super easy trade. The one thing I will say is if you get caught, either through FOMO, through your own ADC, or just simply through bad luck into a couple of negative trades, which has happened to me 3 or 4 times this session since Asia. It's literally taking me 45 minutes to get everything back and then go net positive. The most amazing thing about this particular structure is I don't even know what the term is. The time to recovery is in minutes rather than days. Time to recovery on any kind of big losses here is in minutes, which is just insane. As far as the ability to constantly ratchet up the P&L. You just have to chill out, not give a shit, come back to the next setup and come back, and your time to recovery is going to be super fast. Trust me, I know because I've burnt my profit 3 times on stupid trades today, and was able to move myself back up very, very quickly without tilting. That's the most important part. Without tilting, right? BK Dots is the upgrade latest version of BFF indicator, right? So BFF is going to be phased out. and everything is going to be moved into BK dots. It's like the latest, it's sort of like the latest version of all this stuff that's in here. Somebody was talking to me about ICT order blocks. You notice I don't have the R's. I don't have ICT order blocks. I have literally the scalp version. I've removed everything from the screen except the scalp signals, just not so that we can really focus on trading. But we'll talk a little bit about. I just I don't want to get into ICD order blocks because I want to kind of work on stuff. But yes, ICD order blocks provide, along with for example, the R entry, provide really interesting day trading moves from one wave, from the top of one wave to the bottom of the other, from the bottom of the one wave to the top of the other. That's how you kind of target your bigger trades. This is just not what I do, but you can absolutely do that with the tools built into it. Yes, that's absolutely true. So that definitely helps. What was I thinking? Oh, so here's what I want to do today. We have a couple of wealth charts accounts that are on my eval stuff. I'm gonna try and do one and done with you guys on post New York Open structure. And the way we're gonna do this, we got a few minutes before the market opens. I'm gonna see if I can show you what we're gonna do. There's no guarantee it's gonna work, but I really love the setup. This is a setup that just kind of shows itself all the time. During the first hour of New York Open, and we have the tools to use it. I'm just scrolling back to Friday's price action to kind of show you. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All right, this is Friday's price action, right? So Friday's price action, right, sees a big ramp up, right? Z buys, right? Z buys. And then we kind of just are in a pause. Unfortunately, I don't think I have yeah, okay. It's very late in the session, so this is not something that we could have done. But here's my point. You have multiple Z buys, like a strong wave, right? Eventually, the morning session gets a reversal signal. And that reversal signal is obviously the opposite Z over here. So imagine doing our one and done structure with two minis on let's say 25,000. Two minis, 25,000, as we always do, with a 156 tick, like a 35-point target, right? No stop. So we're at 575. This goes up against it, just barely survive it. We go 25 against, and then drops like a stone, and boom, we're done in 3 candles. In 3 candles, we are done. Now, this is probably the most unattractive move in a sense that it was such a massive downward candle that we have to survive the retrace before we can make the profit. But there are plenty of examples where you have the reversal in Zs, where the one continuous move finally gets a reversal move, and generally it's much better to the upside, where you have selling, like for an hour, and then you have the Z to the upside. That candle Z is the move, the 30-point move that basically funds you in one trade. It's super cool. So we'll see. We'll see if we can put that into play today. Depending on how the market opens up. 9:29, we are just opening up. Let's see what the volatility is. Volatility has actually been relatively calm. We're at 13.9 on the scale here today. Usually we're in the 20s by the time New York opens up. I'm actually going to move myself into the 10 target zone, because I'm going to assume volatility is going to start popping above 20. Here we go. Market coming down into VWAP, English's favorite place, and also London lows. Volatility obviously spiking now through the 20s. Z to the downside. Very large move here. I think the move is 100 points, right? Pretty big move. So we're going to let that simmer and stew for a little bit, see what it wants to do. What we do know is it's a downward bias for now, but kind of quickly disappears. I don't think there's a very clear market unbalance trade here. Guys, while we're watching, don't forget, everybody register for the duck race. I'm giving away, let me give this over here. And I'm going to do this on X too. I'm giving you, oops, shit, where am I? Okay, 4 free Apex accounts. Okay, so let me put this up here while the market does its thing. X.com. Let me post myself. 4 free Apex now. Okay, so everybody watching me on X. First of all, if you're watching me on X, come and join us on YouTube so you can talk to us. Big reversal to the upside. This is actually a trade we generally like, although I don't like the way this candle is working. It's not closing on the highs, so I don't have a lot of confidence on this. But it was still worth it. I should have taken this trade. This was a nice, clean, straight up trade here. But even if we don't get it, because this is the typical kind of market, market opening, the next possible signal that I want to look for is a red triangle against this move, because I think that might be an interesting fade scalp for us. So even if I can't get the momentum trade because I wimped out, I still have some more possibilities. No, I'm going to run the duck race. We're just not running it right now. We're going to run it at the end of the show. And I'm going to run it 4 times. So if you register, you have four chances to win. Let me see if you guys are registering it. Right, I see people registering. Nice. Okay, register some more, guys. All right, here we go. We have a double Z breakout, not quite hitting the London high just yet, but definitely looks like it wants to target that London high, right, after the New York Open. I don't really have a legitimate trade, so I'm not gonna cowboy this trade here. I'm gonna try and be disciplined. But what I'd love to see here within this structure is if we get a move that breaks the lows over here on a red triangle, that would be a really good buy for us. Assuming it's got to just simply stay within the rectangle, within the big breakout mode here. I feel like my whole indicator has turned into a lesson in Euclidean geometry. One way or the other. Can previous winners register? Yeah, there's no we're not we're not that strict. We have a lot of Apex accounts to give away, so everybody should just register. But I'm going to obviously tilt my preference to new people. This is like FIFA. I get to choose who gets to win. Oh my God. So New York highs kind of taking out the London highs. Lots and lots of power moves on the New York Open. You know what's interesting here? So I'm actually going to set up. Let's go. Where's my evals? One of my evals. Which eval do I want? Okay, we'll take this one. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the NQ. What is this? Oh, is this the right NQ? No, it's the M's. Fuck. Okay, I need to, I have to change all this shit. Okay. Sorry. Fuck! I forgot that I needed to roll over the indicator. It's NQ1. Okay, NQ1. Oh, it doesn't. He doesn't. They don't do NQ1. NQ. This wealth charts not do NQ1. So we have to go to SEPs. Okay, NQU. Okay, NQU. We're gonna set this up. We're just gonna trade this. No stop loss. 156. Actually, we can do 154 ticks. Close. And watch this. Let me see if I'm getting a Z. I'm getting a Z reversal. I'm going to take a big ass risk here, one and done on this thing. If this thing holds and does not retrace back out, and it still gives me a Z trade on the close here, I'm going to sell this for 2 contracts. Sell. Shit. I'm late. So this is it's either going to just come down and get me done or not. This is do or die, baby. All right, I'm going to flatten out. It's good enough. 26,000. I'm only $500 from getting done. You see how cool that was? That was okay. Maybe it wasn't one and done. Maybe it'll be 2 and done. But the vol move, and it's only because I was just kind of late, and it's just because it's frustrating to trade off of the changes. But anyways, that was a quick. I only need $500 to get this account done. It's such a cool little trick to use the Z's for it's basically kind of a news trade variation. Now today it wasn't a huge momentum move, but very, very often you can get at least 30 to 40 points off that secondary momentum candle, and that's what gets you funded. So we'll chill. There may be another big, and maybe if I was patient enough, this actually would go down to target. I just don't have the patience to close it. But as a one and done, which is what's so cool about Apex, is you can do just one trade, get yourself funded. This is a really interesting strategy, right? Just balls to the wall, hit it hard, and quit it. So we'll look for it. Let's look for another one of my accounts. The beauty of this is that we could get maybe 3 or 4 accounts out of the 5 funded if we disperse our structures this way, and just wait patiently for in the first hour of New York trade. The Z candles and the post Z candles have a huge probability of plus 30, plus 40 type of movement in a unidirectional fashion, which is all we need to get one and done on the account. Kind of cool, right? And then we can go back to doing small scalps for for our other accounts. Oh, so I have an upside move here, which I sort of I missed. Let me get in here. And it's a big vol move. Oh man, fuck, these are big vol moves. And I took too big a size on this. I'm not paying attention. Sorry. All right, Good. We're done. Okay, beautiful. I got very lucky. The size should have been 1, not 2, but I got myself into, again, remember I started 200, now I'm at 300. So next we rotate back out to the next account. So now we're going to try to run this one. And now I'm going to, first of all, bring myself down to small size, so that, when the vol comes in, I'm not so big. But anyways, this is scalping for the funded accounts where you got to trade very, very small in order to control your risk and be within the rules of how they want you to trade. And then the other way is to trade for the for the eval accounts where it's just like, have a hunch, bet a bunch. The great thing is that we don't have to have a hunch. We have a signal, and that signal is what lets you bet a bunch, and you can kill it. Yeah, it's super quick. It's super, super quick. That's the beauty of it. Remember, the disadvantage and advantage of scalping. Disadvantage is you got to be zoned in, and you got to hit the button the moment you see the signal. So you snooze, you lose. The advantage is every 10 minutes you have a legitimate setup coming up. So just like Florida weather, wait a second and it will stop. The rain will stop. So you have 100 opportunities versus 2 or 3 opportunities in any other type of structure. That's why you just have to remember, if you miss the trade, it's much, much better to miss a trade rather than to chase a trade in scalping, because you're always going to have an opportunity coming up. In fact, one of the things that I am actually doing, and this is a really, really good trick, there is so many trade opportunities in the way we scalp, that what I recommend you guys do is do 1 trade per every half an hour. I was shocked at actually how well that executes. In other words, like right now, it's coming up. Well, let's say it's coming up for the 9:30 trade, right? You could have said we already did the 9:30 trade was done. The first signal after 9:30, you take that signal, you're done. No more signals after that, even if there are some legitimate signals. That's such an interesting approach, because I was shocked. First of all, remember, you're always going to hit like a bad signal. Most bad signals happen at the end of the half-hour cycle. Like, in other words, you usually think about this. Extremes are usually happening at the end of the half-hour resolution, right? The most extreme sells, the most extreme buys are at the, because time and money moving through space are kind of correlated, right? And so fresh hour, fresh blood, fresh looks, you generally get not only less trading, but that first trade in the hour, the legitimate signal, is the right trade. And what that does is it just, first of all, you don't have to stare at the screen for like an hour like an insane maniac. You can say, hey, I'm gonna just focus for the first 10 minutes of the hour, go do work, focus for the next first 10 minutes of the second half hour. If nothing is happening, then you just walk away. It's not a big deal. But it's just a way to really pace yourself, and at the same time, I think, pick up much cleaner, better signals, like really, really clean signals, right? That just look what I'm talking about. Here's the 9 o'clock hour, right? The first signal of the 9 o'clock hour, winner, right? Just pure winner. Here's the 8 o'clock hour, right? Where's the 8 o'clock hour? 7:45. So here's the 8 o'clock hour. Do we have a signal? We don't even have a signal here. But here, the first signal at 8 o'clock hour, because it's just been kind of quiet, it actually happens 8:37. Boom, winner, right? The first signal on the hour is actually the really, really cool, cool signal, right? And it totally, paces you out. This was a kind of a crazy, I don't know what this was. This was the 7:30 signal that I think screwed everybody up, because this was like the first signal on the half hour. Or if you say to yourself, no, because this is the first signal on the 7 o'clock hour, and that's a pure winner. You just boom, boom, straight up. This is like kind of 7:30, and you really want it to be after 7:30. But if you waited to be the true after 7:30, would have been 7:51 signal. Boom, still a winner. So I really love that pacing because it combines schedule plus structure into a really cool composition. Good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room here? Come say hi to me. Tell me what you're doing. We're scalping our hearts away here. Onto my third account, and actually, so this is interesting, guys. Right? So we're breaking to fresh highs, right? So I'm just going to pull the cord today on everything. I'm actually watching. So this may be a little too early. What time is it? 9:46. Yeah, it's way too early, but probably around 10 o'clock, or maybe even now. We'll have to see. Am I going to get yeah, look at this. I'm getting a Z reversal, right? So this is a Z reversal. The trade needs to basically stay where? It's a big ass move. 774. Let's go to my wealth charts. This is the other account, right? Again, we're going to take the NQ with the 156 no stop target on the close here. I'm going to assume that this is going to basically resolve unless it really runs back up. But I think it's going to resolve for me to the downside. Boom, shit, I'm late. Fuck, look how fast that was. All right, let's see. Can I make target here? Is this gonna push all the way down? Nope. Shit. I got to retrace back super fast, and that's it. That's the whole point. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This one, did this get liquidated completely, or is this the? I think it just lost. I'm just basically hit the daily loss limit. I think I hit the daily loss limit. That's what it was. I hit the daily loss limit. So now this account is dead until tomorrow. But the beauty of Apex is we got plenty of accounts, right? We got a new one. So 4140. This one is still live. Okay, we'll see if that plays out. So I just find it's really fun during the New York session that you could try to go for one and done funded as well as do some additional scalps. This one is really, today we're just clearly very choppy. This downward direction just did not have any continuation, but we were good for for about 30 seconds there, 769 to, it was like we needed like 10 more points and we would have been there, but the market just reversed on us really fast. So vol is pretty big now at 45. I really don't like to play on my funded accounts because that's just the vol is just really wide at this point. Where I want to be tolerable is when this kind of slips back down to the 30s. This is another really good thing about the indicator is especially if I'm trading the 25,000s, which is very small window of error, your margin of error is very small. You're trading 42. Basically, what this is telling you is that the average candle is 42 points, which means it's an $80 stop, right, against the candle, just against the candle entry, which is like, if it's one candle, I guess it's tolerable. I guess you could take it. But if you're going to do any kind of blended price, it now becomes like $150 loss right then and there, which is still, I guess, you can absolutely tolerate it, but it's a little high. But you want to be in around the 30 maximum. So if you're doing an entry, your max loss is going to be like 120 points. But having said this, what we can do though? Holy shit, let's do this. Sell. Okay. Now I'm short the other way against this other account, this other big account. Let's see if this is going to give me the 30-point move here. Wait, did this thing just? Oh, no. Oh, I thought it was a Z shape. Oh, I got myself all so excited. It was not a Z-shaped move. All right, maybe I'm probably going to blow this account again. I thought it was. I thought we were going down. Wasn't this a Z? No, I guess not. Okay. I'm going to eat this one. This one probably eats also. That's fine. So this one also hits my daily stop limit, which means we can try and do this tomorrow and restart it. That was my mistake. It's hard for me to go back from TradingView to wealth charts and kind of trade directly. Once we update the wealth charts to the Z conditions, it's going to be much easier to trade both of those. Well, that was fun. That was fun on the evals today. So I haven't blown any of my evals. I just simply, hit the daily loss limits on those things. Let's see what we got here. What's 857, Carlos? We try to talk to somebody else and just chat it into our thing. Yeah, you could do the buy stops. Chris, the problem is that a lot of that stuff is totally possible on MT5, but not really possible with a lot of the futures platforms. That's why I'm trying not to, like I have a thing with MT5 now that makes it super easy to trade the Z, the Z strategy with one click, where it automatically creates a buy limit and an exit limit. And you just, it's literally you press a button, you walk away. The EA does all the work for you, but you can't do that with the futures platforms. What's going on here? So we are almost at the 9:52. So I'm going to be looking for that first 10 o'clock hour signal, and let's play that as a structure.
What kind of structure are you thinking about?
Oh my God.
I'd love to help you explore that idea.
Alexa, shut the fuck up, please. God, it's just like
Stop talking now.
Yeah, I'll stop talking now. Thank you. Who hates it when Amazon's robot triggers when you're talking? So we're still very, very high ATRs and still pretty much trading up. Do I have any more? What's on my portfolio? So how much size do I have? Oh, I still have, what number is it? 39? I still have one more account. Excuse me. Oh, cool. This account is still live. Okay, nice. So I may do one more one and done, because one of them is like plus 1,000. Two of them are hit the daily loss limit, but I'm still seeking that one monomaniacal 30-point move, if I can get it. So New York highs gets rejected, taking down London highs over here, but doesn't really look like we get a lot of move here. 8, 9. So, all right, I took a big move here. Let's see if this works. Maybe not. Let's see. Close enough. It would have totally hit me. I just did not have the 26,133. So I'm literally 400 points away. Damn it. That would have totally funded. I'm sorry, guys. That would have totally funded on this one. So 2 of them are almost at funding levels. So I'll see if I can fund them, before the end of the day. But you see how easy that was? I mean, fuck, that was just so annoying. I literally should have just held my target. I just didn't know where I was here. Oh man. Holy cow. Do you see how easy that was? Anybody take that trade? You got it? Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. At least somebody got funded on that. So this is what I'm talking about, the one and dones. Look at that massive, massive move, right? This whole fucking thing was what? 759 to, oh my God. This would have funded 5 accounts if you wanted to. Damn, that's annoying. All right. Anyways, I'm glad you guys, it's always much better when you guys trade better than I do, but good for you. I have 2 accounts that are within striking distance. Let's see if we can try and get those funded. It's a perfect example. This is what I was talking about. We had all ups, ups, ups. The first down was the trade. Although this is what's annoying, is that I thought this was the trigger down, but this actually wasn't. This wasn't the Z. This was the Z. So this would have been, what is this? 775. You still would have made it even on this candle. But again, it's a little hard because if you're trading, wealth against this, it's hard to time it. I'm gonna get 5 more, guys. Be sure to do this. I'm gonna get 5 more for the 5-pack for 85, and we'll do the exact same thing tomorrow. We'll try to get 2 more funded tomorrow. And I think it's totally viable off this. So don't forget Apexes. Let me send you the link. Make sure you use our code APX. And also, obviously, don't forget to just register yourself for the duck race right now, because pretty soon, I think, what time is it? In about 20 minutes, I'm going to do the duck race. Yeah, in about 20 minutes, I'm going to do the duck race with you guys. So be sure to do that, to register for that. All right, I guess I got to go back to real business and scalping for my real accounts. Oh, Miguel, you took that for a funded? Did you take that for a funded? Who got funded? Give me a +1 if you got funded in one and done. I'd love to know. Just give me a +1. That will tell me that you guys got funded on one and done. Not only eval? You mean you took it on the real account? Yeah, but on the real account, we're constrained by consistency rules and all the other kind of stuff. Erica got one and done. Erica, good job. Good job. Anybody else? Good job. So yeah, I mean, the first hour of New York trade, when you're running 35, 40 ATRs, you think about that. All we need is a 35 target on two contracts. One candle gets you done. You just need to zone in and time it when you get the Z move, and it totally works. I'm trying to see if I get a green candle over here that I could probably fade against. So far, no, but we have the negative Z move over here. So far, we haven't really broken the highs yet. And ATR is now 50. It's really, really large. Wow. Holy cow. But remember, this is only, wow, just totally reversed here. This is only, this kind of a, cowboy style is only for eval accounts. Probably could do this. I think there's a couple of like other partners that let you do one and done. I'm not sure who, but if you have like very little constraints on the eval side, and of course, the faster you get done there, the quicker you can get into the paid format. Big moves, man. Big moves. So, but not a Z. Look at this, a reversal. Interesting. New York low at 29,500. I still think they're probably going to bust the 500 before. So try to build a double bottom here. And you know what? I'm really gonna pull the ripcord here. Let's configure ourselves properly. So let me see what I need. Because if I get a Z to the upside, I'm going to take it. It's going to take probably like 4 or 5 candles for us to create a Z trade to the upside. But in the meantime, what do I need here? I need about $400. I need how much is that on a one contract basis? Let me figure this out. Is it a 20-point move? Yeah, divided by 20. It's about a 20-point move, right? And it's going to be, and I got about 500 against. And if I go 2, what's my broker portfolio? So I have an 843 to the upside. I hit 400. That takes me to the level. So I need to make 20 on 1 or 10 on 2. All right, I'm going to bet on 20 on 1. I'm going to give myself 1 contract. Again, I'm just basically waiting to get the Z to the upside. I'm going to bet on the fact that it's going to be 1 contract. So this is the 26.3. We're going to set ourselves up to take profit at 80 ticks. 80 ticks. Okay. I'll pull the ripcord on this one, see if I can get myself funded on this one. For now, though, this is a this particular trade. I want to sell it. Boom and done. You see how easy that was? How fucking easy that was to make money on the short side. So why did I sell this? Is because I was trying to tell you earlier. What was the dominant move here? The Z was to the downside. This is the first green candle against the Z. Sell the green candle. This is a weak move up. It may take us another 10, 15 minutes for the buyers to actually find consolidation and start to run it back up. So this was a quick scalp on my real accounts. And then what I'm really basically waiting for is the reversal back up to the upside on this, which may not happen for like another hour. They could just be decimating this thing down for 200-300 points before the buyers come back and step in. But when they do, they're going to print a positive Z. I'm going to bet that positive Z is going to have a 20-point extension, and that will fund my my eval account. That's the game plan that we have in mind if we get a chance to play it out. But they are taking out I thought they were going to take out the 500. They're definitely getting close to it, right? New York low is 510 right now. See this? All right, how many, let me see how many duck races we have. How many participants do we have here? Oh, we have quite a lot. All right, nice. Okay. All right, I'm gonna run, we're gonna stagger our duck races. I'm gonna run 2. Oh, hang on. Holy shit, is this gonna pop? No. I'm gonna run 2 duck races now for free apexes. Then we're gonna chill out a little bit and then run 2 more at the end. So let's do that. Okay, we'll take our eyes to the market. If the market pops up, so be it. We can't do everything. All right, so let's do this. We got everybody put their handles in. Okay, let me copy all the handles. This is it. If you haven't put yourselves in, I can't take you. So it's this. And then we're going to go into the name picker, into the names, edit list. Okay, done. Set. You guys ready? First race, 100,000 or any account size you want with Apex, but 100,000 will start. Who's got it? Who got it? Giovanni Bellavita. Very, very nice. Let me see who that is. Where's Giovanni? Why do I not see your handle in here? Oh, no. Huh. That's so funny. Giovanni. Let me hold on a second. I'm gonna find you in here. At GEO. Oh, I think I see you. There we go. I see you from Mr. Canada. Okay. You are the first winner. I'm gonna mark you up. So you're the winner. You're the first winner. Giovanni. We will send you the code. All right, everybody, guys, ready? Guys, ready to race again? Good job, Giovanni. We got you. All right, you guys ready again? Second duck race. Oh, astrology, you're pulling for N Gummy. NQ only. NQ only. I love that handle. That should be my handle. So who's NQ only? Do I have? There we go. I see you. You were here. I just saw you. Where the hell was I? Oh, there we are. There you are. NQ only. Where are you from, my friend? What country are you from? Mirabel. Are you in the room? Say hello to me, because not in the room. I can't give it to you. You got to be in the room. NQ only, Mirabel. Yes. I'm giving you like 2 minutes. I give you 2 minutes. Otherwise, we're gonna race again. No. All right, let's see what the market is doing. The market is just still putzing around. Thank God the market has not run away from us. The market just keeps dying, as I thought it would, which means it's going to be a long time before we see a buy side Z. But when we do, I'm going to try and trade that. Where's NQ only? I don't see him saying hello to us. He's got to say. He's got 2 more minutes to come say hello to me. I don't see him in the chat. Okay. And we keep dying to the downside. All these green triangles, excellent sells. Why were they great sells, by the way? Because it's a lower Z, right? A lower green. We could have just sold all of these to our heart's content, right? Now we get a second Z to the downside. No, not quite yet. I was gonna say this now approaches much more like, you know, bottom territory here. All right, NQ's got 30 seconds to say hi to me. If he's not there, we're gonna rerun that race. Oh, really? You missed the doggies? They're here. They're sleeping. They're like literally crashed out. They could care less. They're both just totally sleeping. All right, you know what? We're gonna rerun the duck race. This is still the first phase. We're gonna race again, guys, because NQ only did not show up. So remember, you got to show up. Let's see who gets the second part. This is like FIFA. We're going into the elimination round. Richard. Are you there, my friend? Richard. Where is he from? Wait, I just saw you. Richard. Huh. Oh, there it is. Ah, Robert. Are you there? Who's here? Adam, are you NQ only? I don't see you as NQ only. What's are you, or are you Richard? Because you guys gave, you know, different handle from the one that you are there. Richard is there. I see Richard. Okay. Richard, you're good. I'm sending you a code, and I'm sending Giovanni the code. Okay. Then we're gonna run the next duck race in 20 minutes on the close here. Holy cow! Look at this move, guys. Look at this move. Look at this move. Holy cow! My patience for reversal is going to have to be very, very patient. We just basically just collapsed $300. Just complete reversal on the NAS. NAS is really, really weak. So the code I'm going to give you, you can use for any account. I know people like to use it for the larger accounts, but I actually recommend probably the 50 because that's the easiest one to. It's the best risk-reward ratio between funding and risk. I think it's. What's the ratio? Is it 3-2? I think it's 3-2, right? On funding to risk, and then the other ratios are kind of worse against you. But it's up to you. All right, we're watching a very, very clean downward move with no bounce in sight, man. Look at this, 50 point ATRs, and we're breaking 500. We're breaking 400. We're breaking 300. Holy shit. Wow. What a collapse, man. Through the 300s. Through the 300s. So this is going to take the thing is though, guys, if it's just a matter of time. If we have the, if I have the time to hang with you guys, if we pop on a Z here, I'm telling you, I think the Z is going to rock. Meaning that, like once we start bouncing up on an ATR breakout, I think it's going to pop because we're so badly oversold. Let's see. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. It's a big ATR though. I need a 50-point move on the body. That's a really, really big move on the candle. There's a 40-point 76 to, oh wow, it's like a 75-point bounce. So tempting, but no signal. Oh, total reverse. Wow. All right. Got to be very patient. Still got to stay here. Just gonna take longer for this to rebound. How much of a move is it going to be to a Z? It's 95. I need like 58, 59 on the body, which is possible. This could be the candle. We got 30 seconds left. This candle ends at like 360 on the body. We will have the move, but it needs to end up there. It's not, the buyers are still not strong enough. Wow, look at this. Just right back to the back to the lows. All right. 55 body ATR to the upside. Which means this candle has to close basically 380. Wow. Look at the vol moves on this. Well, so far we're holding New York session lows at 274. This candle would need to explode to, what's the low? 21 to 70, basically 80. It would need to go to 380, which is close. There's 31 seconds left. It needs to go to like 380. No, I'm wrong. It's 30. It's got to go like 390. I'm going to punt. Probably I'm going to eat this, but I'm going to punt on this particular trade. Let's see if I can get that 20 points. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm not following my rules, but kind of just hoping for a bounce here. There we go. There we go. Funded. There we go. I took a neighborhood trade, but I was just betting the fact that yes, we're bouncing so much off low. I didn't quite have the Z. It was super close to the Z. I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. Funded. Okay, so that was good. Not one and done, but two and done funded for you guys today. And of course, we traded the actual funded accounts really nicely. So the eval got funded, just converted that into a move. Very good. Nice. How many of you guys got funded today on the Z trades? I think Erica did. A couple. Anybody else? Anybody else hit that? No. Was that fun? Did you guys have a good one on that one? Nice. See, 25, 26.5. We're $30 above. That account now goes to fund it. Now back to like real business. Still no sales for me here, so nothing to do on the funded side. You made 2% on instant funded. Which were you using? What account were you using at AT Box? So this now, for now, is the New York low, right? After 10 o'clock is the New York low. And if we kind of want to be serious about looking for good signals, this is the 10 o'clock move, right? The next signal, this 10 o'clock move, by the way, worked perfectly fine. I just didn't take it. I should have, because I was trying to get myself funded on the other way around. The next signal to take, if you're going to kind of pace ourselves on a half-hour basis, is whatever happens on the 10:30 hour on the Z shape. If we get a Z in a 10:30 hour, we can take that as a really interesting idea. Otherwise, we're kind of consolidating a little bit and sort of quiet. Are you using a 5K account? Good for you. All right, guys, don't forget, tomorrow we're going to go to the full scalpathon thing, which means that if you guys are in London, I'm going to be with you guys at 6, and if you are in New York, you can join me at 8. We're going to trade 4 hours straight. We're going to run lots of different promotions, not just 1 or 2 for our partners. For a couple of partners, we're going to run promotions and do all sorts of other cool stuff. All right, should we do one more raffle? You guys down for it? Let's do one more. Let's see. Let me just see if I have fresh people for the duck race. Nope. Let's do more. I want to see a couple more people come into the duck race. Let me give you the link. And I'll give my 2 final Apex accounts. So link is over here, guys. I'm going to put the link on X again. Final run for today. All right. We will start. Time is it 10:25? We'll start 10:30. 10:30 we'll start. Ooh, looky. Do we have a Z setting up? Not quite. That big reversal. This is what makes the New York session so cool, right? I mean, these 30, 40, 50 ATR candles. It doesn't take much to really hit the target. I mean, that was like a $400 trade in 2 minutes. And if you really were trading large, you could actually do that on your eval account, just one trade a day, that type of thing. Good morning, Tony. How are you? Good morning, everybody. So for now, 74 is the New York low, and we might test it a little bit more again, but that's going to be the intelligent trade to hold. Listening to latest Jack Schwager's book, by the way, I meant to tell you guys, it's a really good book. I was listening to it on Amazon. It's where's this market? I forget what it's called. It's Market Wizards on Amazon. Where does he have all of his books? These are the old ones. What's his latest book? I think this is the one. This is the next generation. Yeah, this is the one, the next generation. Really interesting. This is like all individual traders. Some of these guys you probably know from the internet. Oh, wow. Wonder who's in it. But Lance Bernstein is in it. He's a very big prop trader. It's really worth reading. Just kind of understand. Most of these guys use very, very simple structures the same way we do. Oh, we got a trade. I'm sorry, guys. I missed it. I was yapping. Nice, clean trade. That's already, it's done. It's done. Sorry. I get distracted and I miss a trade. But, for those of you guys who are trading, this was a clean setup, right? Look at that move. And by the way, had I been patient enough, right? Remember I said to you, the trade is the Z reversal. Had I been patient enough here, like if I didn't take the trade here, if I took the trade here, the close was 29 and the high here was 49. So it would have totally made that 20 points that I needed. I could have actually gotten the second account funded here, but I was a little bit late to the game. Anybody take that Z trade? Take that breakout? Yes, no? While I was hunting for Jack Schwager. I really got it. It's a bad habit. I'm going to start, like, whatever I'm hunting for, I'm going to start doing it off screen. And then I can keep an eye on the screen. Look at that move. That's from here to here was 29 to 69, 40-point move. Very, very clean, right? Super clean. This is the New York reversal move right then and there. That, by the way, that could have been a one and done trade very easily. 2 candles, one and done. Super easy. Yeah, astrology, you scalp for about 200. Yeah, so those are like layups, right? Once you start seeing them, they become those are like the highest probability. Why? So let me kind of explain to you why I love this trade. Because what happens is you have this massive selling, right? And um, after the massive selling, you have consolidation, and then the sells are kind of done, and the buyers, either bargain hunters or that want to squeeze the shorts, the specs, start piling in. And the thing is that you think, oh, this is the end of it. Like when it's because it's already bounced up so much from the bottom. And the answer is no. This is just starting the squeeze. This squeeze could go on for 100 points before these guys start crying uncle. Could go up to the Tokyo high, up to the London high. That's how the big boys do it. And this is why it's such a great indicator, because it totally takes you into their flow. It takes you into the, large speculative flows at the right time. That's why these are killer trades. You just have to have the patience for it, which is, the weakest part of my personality. But if you have the patience, you can absolutely kill them. I took them off my chart. I didn't remove them. I cleaned up my chart this is just kind of the scalp, it's scalpathon week. So we're just doing scalping, but I took them off my charts. But yeah, they're all there. Everything has been taken off. I just removed them for this particular look and feel. Oh, here we go. Remember what I said to you? Let's see if I'm right here. This is actually, it's a big stop though. I got to stop over here, but this is a red against the Z. You want to be a buyer here. Ah, man, look at this. I wish I could have been a buyer here. All right, let's give it a shot. And we're done. Another perfect scalp for the move, right? 20 points and super easy. What do we do here? The green, the fade of the triangle, because we obviously had the positive move here. Boom. And it could have gone for like 3 times the amount of size. Just a really clean. Awesome. Should we do one more duck race? Duck race. Everybody wants duck race. Okay. You guys got it. Let me see if I have new fresh people to import. Here we go. Yes. More duck race. Let's go. Let's go. Refresh. I want more duck races. Look at that move. Holy moly, guacamole. Wow. I was not wrong about doing one and done. Okay, here we go. We're going to do 2 more duck races. Let me copy everybody. If you already won, obviously we're going to disqualify you, but oops, hold on. Who is this? Here we go. I don't want to miss anybody. Let me just make sure I grab everybody. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Oh my God, look at this moves. I cannot believe it. All right. Where's my duck race thing? Okay. Done. Set. 2 more duck races. Here we go. So Richard and Giovanni. Who's it going to be this time? We're going to Ben. Ben wins it again. Very nice. He wanted fair and square, so we can't take it away from him. Okay, we're going to race again. Let's go. One more time. Oh, come on. Let's go, futures. Let's go. Who's that? Nietzsche Schroeder. Who's Future Schroeder? Future Schroeder. They're claiming fraud, Ben. They're claiming fraud. I swear I had nothing to do with it. Who's Future Schroeder? Let me see who that is. Say hello to me, please. There we go. Peter Schroeder from Germany. Peter, how are you? Are you there, Peter? Say hi to me. Come on, Peter. Say hi. Oh, if Peter doesn't answer, I'm gonna do it again. I want to give only people who are in the room are gonna get it. It'll be your first non-legacy account. Wow, good for you. He came in second. All right, fair enough. Awando, you get it. Which one was that? What was your handle? Let's do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to keep. Was it Wando? Is it your candle or Wando FX? Let me see if I have you. I don't see you in the room. No, you did not come in second, my friend. All right, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it one more time, guys. One more time. Let's do it. Race again. Race again. Race again. Who's coming in? Who's coming in? That is Ferna. 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 504. Who's Ferna? Ferna 50. Where are you? Oh, there we are. Wait, hold on. Oh, Angel Fernandez from Portugal. Are you there? No. Okay, I'm not giving away somebody who's not there. So that's it. I'm just going to run this until somebody who's in the room wins, because I'm going to reward loyalty. Yes, you're gone. If you can't say, I'm going to race again. I'm going to race until somebody wins. Oh, what happened here? Wait. What happened? Oops. Okay, let's do this one more time. Sorry. The thing crashed on us. Okay, one last time. Win or lose, guys. Okay, set and ready. Watch Ben win again because I did a whole pressure. Salo, you there, my friend? Salo, you in? I know you're in the room. Salo, good job. I know Salo was in there, right? You're there. Say hi to me, please. I saw you earlier. Okay, you know what I'm going to make a rule on? I just realized, yes, there you are. You win too. Okay, Salo gets another one. Okay, so Salo gets the fourth one. So I will send you guys all the stuff. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very nice. All right, guys. Good day. Nice trading. Got funded on one. Probably could have gotten funded on two. Still lots of trading to do. But I hope you guys really, really see the whole structure of what I was trying to show you today. It really played out exactly as I promised you it would. Reversal trades, big moves, Z signals, triangle fades. All those things came in totally in our play. And I made progress on everything, from fundeds to evals. So I hope you guys really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. We do full hardcore scalpathon tomorrow, 6 to 10 a.m. I'll see you guys there. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.